Welcome back. It is a lovely May, spring again. I'm not sure this camera's a bit straight actually. Well, I just hope for the best. It comes out right. There's some few things I've been doing. I've been slightly slacking in terms of the last week because of college and all that other stuff. But I'm actually getting things done. Like, things are actually growing. When we go outside, you'll see what I mean. There's a bunch of setbacks due to things like some plants down, the cucumbers died, the tomatoes died but one, but I'm resown some seeds. I'm a little bit worried about the tomatoes because only one seed has germinated. I've sown the rest and they've ran out, so hoping these do work. I hope everyone's doing okay as well at their allotment and all new beginners. I hope you're all doing okay at starting, because if you look at my plot when we go outside, it's a bit messy. I'm actually currently in the process. Before doing this, I was starting off to clear out all the dandelions and the paths and stuff. It's a bit warm. I had a jacket on and it's a bit too warm to wear a jacket, even wear gloves, so I'm just now into a t-shirt. So let's get to it then. So here we are outdoors. Just pick you up. Over here we've got some hardening of pumpkins. They are the Amazonian weather thing. They're actually getting really big, so they actually ready to be in the groundish. They've been hardened enough for a couple of weeks, I think. Yeah, it was a couple of weeks at high time. These are the newest batch of sweet corn. They're starting to harden off now. They're the latest batch, like the ones what got sown last. These are all the first batch. They're getting too tall for the cold frame. So if I put them in there, they'll be touching the glass and they'll probably burn. They'll burn the leaves. This is the tomato that survived the frost. It's a bit wilting, but it's also flowering. As you can see the yellow, it's just flowering a bit. This is empty at the moment because it gets too hot in there and it's hard to ventilate and make sure all the temperature's wise. So there's many cold rooms doing it. It's a bit rubbish. Now over here we have all the flowers. And that's a wildflower, just a mess. Big bundle of wildflower foliage. I like it. Hoping some flowers do come out of it. That's the primrose I bought from B&Q. Doing well over there. Hold on, just move the camera. There we go. It's actually one of the thumbnails. It's purple. It looks like blue on the camera, but it's purple. This is the succulent. It looks like it's dying, but it's slightly on both. There's just a bunch of other flowers growing. This one's not done anything yet. Is the California Orange King. That's the same one. They're just literally the same flower. That's some blue bedding plant flowers, and there's the succulent. So in here, the cold frame, as we go. I'll go and do the little outdoor beds in a moment. Just got a picture of some few growing. These are all the tomatoes. Only one seedling is coming out. These are resown. I'll just show you. These 4 are resown today. Over here we have some asters, flowers, just 2 pots. This is all empty because there's all the space for the sweet corn and the pumpkins, but they're possibly maybe going out today, possibly if I get the job done. Then we have lettuce here, cucumbers. There are only 2 plants are growing, 3 plants, and then all the peas, which every single one of them is growing. The peas are doing wonderful in the beds, in the bed itself. The forget-me-nots have no show yet, and the rosemary is starting to show. As you can see, it's just literally like little things. Here you have the Cosmos White Purity. It's hard to tell with the grass in the background, which is actually over into the flower beds, which will go now. As you can see, I'm just being set up to do some dandelion cutting and weeding throughout the beds. So all the messy paths need sorting out. So there's a bit of mess over here. Some old potato plants have actually starting to come through again. I've actually got another. So these are the Velvet Queens, sunflowers. That one's a bit diseased, so I need to sort that out. That is just some mix of amethyst and sapphire. This is all dumped in. They're more Cosmos. No, that's wildflower. That's Cosmos. We've got more all on the edges of the beds, which have actually got no growth, so I can't actually show anything. I think I can hear my phone. There's sweet peas, Sweet Dream, just over here. in bits of some weeds, which I'll weed soon. So pretty much nothing really good. Not right, there is stuff going in the beds, but needs weeding, a bunch of weeding, and the netting is out for the lettuce. So I have some English lavender in the herb bed, which needs digging up, so we're going to get more herbs this month. English lavender over here, looking lovely. I bought it as an actual plant. That's what I'm going to do for the herbs, except the rosemary. I'm going to buy them all as actual plants. And then you have the parsnip, not parsnip, sorry, wrong word. Oh god, rhubarb, sorry. Rhubarb's growing nicely here. Now, in terms of beds, there's not much going on. Peas are here, there's carrots which are on the opposite side of the beds, and the potatoes which are doing wonderful over here. Let's just go over to them. As you can see, there's a lovely view of potatoes. I put markers over just so I know where they were when I earthed them up, because they got hit by the frost. So I earthed them up, and then now they're doing okay. Bit yellowy, but I need to sort that out, see if there's anything wrong with that. The carrots in this bed are a little bit some signs, but I don't actually know. This carrot bed needs weeding, so that will be done. And there's obviously the peas. Only half the bed's been filled up, which I'm doing in batches, so I'm just doing the whole bed first. So we've got a bunch of peas. Let's just get down to it. With the canes, some of them are attached to the canes, or near to the canes, getting to the canes, and some of them are newish. There's 2 batches here. One was laying. This one's been like just a bit damaged and stuff, but it looks like it's growing again, so it may actually grow. Just pull this weed out. Need to do a little bit more weeding around because I've did it and then it's coming back again. Obviously, it's an ongoing task. So if we go back to here, now as you can see, this bed is tomatoes, but because of all the chaos, I've actually left it behind a bit. Oh my eye. It's a bit warm right now, so the back of it aching, but all the bed needs weeding completely, and all these paths need, literally that's what I'm doing today, try and get these 2 paths cleared of the dandelions, get them all cleared, as well as all the big focus all short down so you can tell what's bed and what's path properly. The lettuce. So you've got tomatoes in this bed which needs weeding, and then you've got the lettuce in here, which has the ads 14 I think, 6, 12, no, 6, 12, 14, yeah 14. They're all doing okay. The netting is a bit odd on, but it's doing okay. I don't know, I'm not fully sure why you needed the netting, I can't remember now, but I put the netting on. So we've got 14 lettuce plants doing okay. The only worry is about this end is because it's right close to the plants-ish. So here, just these edges, so I couldn't pull it. Here's the cucumber strip. I call it a strip, because I've actually changed some areas because the cucumber's outdoors and things, and I'm actually going to grow more, so this whole strip, thin strip's going to be cucumbers, probably 4 plants. Parsnip bed has no life at the moment. This is only the only sowings I've done, just here. The only sowings I've done, because it takes ages to germinate, so I'm going to do another batch soon, but I've got a bigger task to do first, here, and then go along to do the rest of the bed. So my only big task I've got to do right now is to clear the path, all the dandelions on the paths, cut it down and things. So we'll go further on and to bed 3, which is here, which will be next year extended to have that on, added onto it. But right now it's just going to be this part with a sweet corn and a pumpkin on. That's all. We're going to have 2 cute pumpkins and a bunch of sweet corn. I think it's 6 I've got. I literally do not remember. It's got the plastic on. I did take some of that off, so needed the pegs for the netting, but also I'm supposed to uncover it. So that's my task for today. Just get rid of the sheeting, stab some holes into it, and then come back another day, possibly tomorrow after college or something, and then start digging it up and cultivating it, ready for the plants to come in. I may cultivate a little bit to get some of the pumpkins in. Just cultivate a little area around the pumpkin where it's going, and then just put it in. Don't need to cultivate the whole bed, I don't believe. So that'll be pumpkins on that end, sweet corn on this end. So then sweet corn would be tall, and then doing a wind barrier for the pumpkins and maybe that area as well. Cool. Then apple tree here. This all stuff at the front will be the next task. So after doing the paths, the front compost area needs all nettled cutting and sorting out. And also going to get another compost bin over there, so I've got multiple. And so yeah, that's done. And then also this bed done. Once this done, that's over there is done, the paths are done, I'm going to start on the front again. So I did start off, but then obviously because I did the path and stuff, but I'm having to go back and do all that, then come back to doing all this. So the apple tree, I need to weed all around it, so I'm going to put flowers around it, like a bedding flower, and a border, a circular border. It's doing okay. I'm not really sure how well it's doing, but it's got a lot of leaves, so I'm hoping it's okay. Over here we have the start of the fruit area, so this is where the parlor tunnel was, hence why the frame's still there. I'm keeping the frame there. But I'm going to have beds like that, like have different fruit in. Right now we're just strawberries, which is here, which is flowering too. So all the little flowers, should we go with the sun? No, it's hard to tell. Yeah, there's the flowers here. This is my only one strawberry plant I bought this year. It's doing okay. I don't know if it's going to fruit this year, but we'll just see. We'll just keep watering. Don't know, I need to feed it. I believe I need to check on the notes. The label I have in the shed. I keep a label. So also all the herbs. So all fruit constantly comes in, like the apple tree, the strawberry, and the English lavender. I have the label that came with the plant to make sure I know what I'm doing. So that's basically the plot so far. Let's just go to the front of this house. There's a lot of horse, mare, what do you call it? I don't actually know what you call it. Horse tail here. So this is basically the plot. And that's literally everything that's been going on. There's a lot of tasks need to be done this month. A lot of transplanting, hardening off, more seed sowing, parsnips need starting off, as well as carrots, more carrots and more peas. So I need to fill up that bed and stuff, as well as something else I need to do, but I can't remember what. I'll remember it soon. So pretty much everything's doing okay. I hope everyone else's allotments are doing okay, and the storms what now passed haven't just literally just ruined everything. I do have a bunch of tasks to do, but I will get them done this month. I'm definitely getting that burnout, definitely. But I hope someone's looking around, I don't know. I hope everyone's okay, and hope you all have a great May and a great growing season. See you all next time. Cheerio.